Don't worry about all my
Thank you, Kay. Thank you all for giving me a few minutes to come and say hey today. Some of you know me and some of you do not. I've been on the Charleston Legislative Delegation for the last 13 years. I chair the Senate Transportation Committee, and many, many years ago, I began my life, was born in Monk's Corner. Shortly thereafter, my parents took me to our home in St. Stephen. I spent my childhood in a 10-foot wide mobile home, sharing a bedroom with my brother and my sister. My parents worked very hard to try to make sure I had an education. They sent us to a little private school in St. Stephen. They struggled the best they could, got us through, and I was able to attend Clemson University. I graduated and I married Carol Anderson. She was someone that I met at Clemson from Walhalla. Wonderful woman. We're still married. We just celebrated our 21st wedding anniversary. We've got 3 little boys. They're getting bigger all the time. I still call them little boys, even though the oldest is soon to turn 18. My youngest, his name's Jack, he's 7, and our middle son is named Hayden. Shortly after we were married, trying to decide how are we going to raise our family? How are we going to earn a living? And I took a checkbook, went to the Berkeley County office building, brought out a check for $50, and they handed me a building permit. That same afternoon, we traveled to a little lot that my parents owned on Highway 52 in St. Stephen. I handed her a shovel, and I got the other shovel. And that same afternoon, we started digging the foundation for that building. I built a little convenience store. The electrical, the sheetrock, the ceiling, the wiring, with a little help, a couple of pointers, I put it together. I opened that store at 5:30 in the morning. I closed it at 11 at night. I did that every day for 6 months. Let me know when I got one more. We built that store. 6 months, I hired my first employee. It was my aunt. She came in at 7 and worked till closing. Was able to turn that business into a multi-million-dollar operation over a period of years. We've had a couple of children in the interim, and I started worrying about them and their opportunities. Because 8 years after I built that first store, I wanted to build another one right across the street. In the span of 8 years, it took 8 months to be able to get the necessary permits so we could stick that shovel in the ground. And I'm thinking, if this thing goes out, what opportunities will my children have? What liberties will they have? I ran for office. I was advised by some folks within the party to run as a Democrat, because I'm in a heavily Democratic district. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I've got my values and beliefs and my principles. I ran as a Republican and was elected. I've served now going on 13 years, and I've had some interesting observations since I've been there. And I think some of the problems that we now see within our party is a big argument. What should we do? Should we be this great big tent party? Should we narrow it down? What should our focus be? And I say that our party becomes stronger, our party becomes larger when we adhere to the fundamental founding principles of our nation. It's all in our Declaration statement. Jefferson talks about we've got God-given rights to life, to liberty, and to property rights. And the sole purpose of government is also spelled out in that document. It is governments are instituted among men to secure these rights. That's it. That's the purpose for government, to secure those rights. When we get outside of that, when we start doing other things, we start losing our way, and we start losing membership within our party. We start becoming a weaker state and a weaker nation. I've decided to run for governor because I believe in those founding principles. I believe in our Republican creed. I believe in what is right for this country. And this country's in trouble, but the savior of this country is South Carolina, because the hope of our country is South Carolina. But in order to have a strong South Carolina, we've got to have strong leadership. So I throw my name in, and I'm now out of time, and I look forward to addressing you at a later date, be able to share a lot of wisdom with you. So thank you, and I'll be around to say hey when this meeting's over. Thank you.